This is a special announcement. Hey, I am Chuck the Bureaucrat, and I have exciting news. You remember a while back I explained how Joe Snell developed this model to predict the likelihood that someone was going to get selected for colonel? Well, in that video, I showed you an Excel spreadsheet that took Snell's model and let me plug values in to get estimates for different types of situations. Of course, some of you reached out through YouTube and LinkedIn asking if I would share that spreadsheet model. And I was kind of hesitant. I share it with a couple people, they email it to some friends, then some Orsa cracks it open and starts tinkering around with coefficients, and then it gets emailed some more, and pretty soon it loses all credibility. But I have finally finished building the world's tiniest website, promotionboardresults.com. And now you can experiment on your own. You can enter whether or not you've been to senior service college, your longest deployment, whether or not you've done battalion command, the whole bit. And then when you click probability of selection, bang, you get an estimate of your likelihood of selection. Now look, this study was done on 2009, 10, and 11 data. So over time, some of these factors may have changed. But I'm suspicious that the underlying lessons are pretty much the same. For example, your probability of selection is never exactly 100% or 0%. I have seen some golden children who walked on water and got passed over. And at the same time, I've seen some people with some pretty trashy files get picked up. These estimates are not a guarantee, so don't come crying to me when some piece of bad paper torpedoes your promotion. My main takeaway from this analysis is, and it continues to be, do a good job. There is never a benefit to your career to get a center of mass rating or a highly qualified rating. And the reason I say that is because I have met operators who come to the Pentagon and they think that their job is to just take a knee. They don't engage at all. The generals never see them, and when the generals do see them, they're not very impressed. And then the conversations start about whether or not this person really should be promoted. It's not good. The other thing that a lot of people fret about is whether or not they would be better off being senior rated by a 3-star general or a colonel. And sure, the G3 of the Army gives you a top block. That is awesome. But it may be the death knell for your career if he gives you a center of mass rating. So again, my intuition is that a top block is better no matter who gives it to you. Now, there is one thing about battalion command that I've got some suspicions about. Battalion command is good, obviously, but I've always worried about the effect of center of mass ratings while in battalion command. I'm suspicious that those ratings can harm your chances disproportionately than, say, center of mass ratings while you're part of a staff. But here's the big thing. Now that I finally have this website up and running, I'm getting excited about the next step. I would love to expand on Snell's work, but it might be difficult. And at the same time, I want to be doing the things that make you as successful as possible. So if you have ideas about how we could move forward in a productive way, I would love to hear from you. In the meantime, I think a key element of getting top ratings from general officers is understanding what they need. You can learn a lot by seeing what makes their job hard and where there are opportunities for you to make it easier. So, watch this video.